So, welcome back. Welcome to the presencing meditation. And it's kind of ironic that I'm setting you up with a video here because, of course, the idea behind this and most meditation is that you're going to close your eyes. So, at this point, I'd suggest that you start getting yourself set up. You want to make sure all your distractions are off, notifications shut off, any outside noises. And one of the things that you can do to eliminate those outside noises is, of course, you can put in some headphones or headset, something like that. If you have noise canceling, that's not a bad idea as well. Go ahead and set yourself up. With a lot of my clients, I recommend, in the context of the meditation work and the energy work, that you get yourself into a comfortable position as well. So that could be just sitting back in your chair a bit, propping yourself up, or even just lying down, however you're comfortable. Right? But get yourself into that comfortable position, and then when you're all settled in and ready, the last thing you're going to do is click through to the next video and just hit play. And then, put your device down or whatever it is, and let the voice guide you. Let my voice just take you through this process. Great. So you're all set up, and let's go. And so the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is just allow your body to settle in. And so you're going to make a choice, and that choice is to give into gravity, right? Whatever position you've chosen to be in, sitting or lying down, just let your body rest in relationship to gravity. Let it sink a little bit. Let your head fall back into the pillow, or your back rest against the chair. And your pelvis just ground and anchor. And at the same time, you can feel your limbs releasing. If you want to, you can even do a very quick body scan. Just kind of gently feel that softening right from the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes, all the way up the limbs to your shoulders and your hips. And then the space between the shoulders and the hips, your torso, right? Letting your back just kind of soften and melt into its support. And the same thing for your head and neck. And while you're doing that, you can settle into your breath. And there's no specific breath for you to do now. And so what you're going to do is let the innate breath, let your natural breathing rhythm flow. So your job isn't to breathe, it's to follow the breath of your body. And just notice the rhythm and the flow and the volume of air that your respiratory system's choosing right now. Just allow that to happen for the next few breaths. Just track your inhales and track your exhales. And notice that gentle, natural breathing as it occurs. And if you haven't already closed your eyes, now is the time to do that as you begin to settle in and take the steps of the presencing meditation. And so the first thing you're going to do is feel. Right? The felt sense is the sense of the skin and the sense of your body's relationship to gravity. And so in whatever position you're in, you're just going to feel. You're going to feel your fingers in your hands, palms, and wrists and elbows, and anything that they're coming into contact with, and the relationship with it. You feel the surface of the skin against the surface that it's in contact with. And you may even notice that it has a certain firmness and a certain texture. And you're going to let that feeling pass up through the arms to the back, and the shoulders, and the neck, and the head. And as you continue to breathe, just steady and light, whatever your natural breath is, you'll just draw more attention to the sensation that you have of your skin. Right? You'll feel any of the textures of the fabric of the clothes that you're wearing, and the impression of your body weight on that fabric, and how you're also sinking through that fabric into the objects that are supporting you. And they have their own texture as well. Right? There may be a difference in the firmness between what's under your head and what's under your back. There's also a difference in firmness in the parts of you and the surface. Right? The back of the hips or the shoulders are a bit more bony. The low back has a bit of that natural space, the lumbar curve. Your legs, there's a bit more muscle there between you and the floor that those bones can sink into. So just feel everything that there is to feel. Track that breath and just follow it. And notice how you can feel your breathing a bit too. That's right. And as you continue to breathe, we're going to move into the next sense. And that next sense is the sense of smell. And so just getting present to that sense, if you haven't already, you can start moving your in-breath through your nose. And as you inhale through the nose, you'll notice that you not only feel the air moving through the nose, but as the air travels back and up into the sinuses, all the sense organs in there are also working and enlivened. And so as the air moves past them, there's other little bits of information, and those are your sense of smell. And so you're just going to smell whatever there is to smell. There may be an impression or even a lack of impression. But either way, with or without a strong scent, as that air passes in the nostrils and up around through the sinuses into your lungs, there's that felt sense of information, and that is all scent, smell information. And so just track that, allow that breathing to occur. And continue. And as you continue to breathe, we're going to go to the second part of the smelling organs, which of course is the tongue. Right? Smell and taste are very closely interrelated in our brain and body. And so slowly, as you track that breath, as you feel that air traveling into the nostrils, and whether or not it passes out through the nose or the mouth, it doesn't really matter. But at the same time, you can start to feel and sense and think about your tongue. You may even let it travel around your mouth a little bit, tracking up and down and side to side. And as it does, you can become aware of the fact that the surface of it is gathering information. And again, there may be nothing remarkable to report, but you still are tasting. So as you allow that tongue to become a little bit more aware, a little bit more sensitive and felt, a little bit more alive, you're just going to taste whatever there is for you to taste. So allowing that light, gentle, natural breath in and out, letting that tongue rest, move, explore, but sense either way. Noticing how there's that bridging, right, between the internal and the external, how your skin, smell, taste are all coming together. As they do, I'm just going to start gently moving our awareness through breath and smell, through the tongue and jaw into the ears. And there's a pathway for air called the eustachian tube. And it's there when you swallow, but also your sense of hearing is present as well. So just allow yourself to become aware of any of the sounds that are present in your space. Right? You're going to hear whatever there is for you to hear. There's going to be foreground noise, like the sound of my voice. There's going to be internal sounds, like the sound of your own breathing, or the sound if you happen to swallow. And then, of course, there are background sounds, right? And these sounds are playing out there in the environment, but they're still a part of the space that you're in. So just allow your ears to open up and reach out. And all the available sounds in your environment are just going to enter into that open space as you continue to just naturally track that breath as it flows in and out, steadily and evenly, letting your nervous system take charge of your breathing and settle into hearing. Good. And just take a few more breaths. Let all these pieces combine. Let the sensation, the skin, anything that is in contact with something, or the skin that's just free to the air. And then the air moving and allowing it to travel up and in through your nose, feeling that sense of smell enlivened. Of course, the tongue, the taste, the ears, and the sounds. And all those senses are going to combine together. And then we're going to reconnect them as we presence back into the world. And so the last sense, of course, is sight. And so just taking your time, first getting ready to open your eyes, anticipating it a little bit, and then gently and slowly, after you bring awareness to your eyeballs, after you bring a bit of awareness to your eyelids, right? Just differentiating and separating those parts of your visual apparatus, you can slowly and gently begin to open your eyes. And just opening those eyelids, letting your eyes stay first at rest, and just see whatever it is that you first see. And as your eyes, With your eyelids fully open, get accustomed to the amount of light or lack of light that you're working with. You can then gently start to explore. And so without moving your head or your neck, you can just start to trace a little bit and take your eyes up and then move them back through center and take them down. And then bring them back through center and travel over to the left. And bring them back through center and then travel over to the right. And then bring them back through center. And then again, softening your gaze, even just relaxing your focus a little bit. You can allow your eyes to settle and see everything there is to see. Letting your eyes remain still, you may even notice what's available in your peripheral vision. And just take a couple more deep breaths. This time, starting to choose the breath. It's been natural breath before this, but now you're just going to move the air in and out of the lungs a couple times. And then before anything else, just a little shake. Just give yourself a tiny bit of a wobble or a shake. You can shake your head from side to side and your shoulders. You can rock your hips or even wiggle your fingers and your toes. And as you do, you're just gathering all that sensory data back together and reintegrating this now enlivened, more attentive and more present gathering of senses, right? Fully present to the sensory parts of your nervous system. And there you go. This is the presencing meditation. And I know I recommended for some of you that you try headphones first time you do this, but as you practice this on your own, I really suggest that you eventually free yourself from the recording and go through these steps on your own and try it in a variety of places. Right? You'll be amazed at the change it can make and how invigorating it can be. And this meditation is about being present to the environment, not shutting it out. So you can perform this meditation pretty much anywhere you want. You can be in your cubicle at work, for example, and just give yourself a minute and walk through the senses and then come back awake. So it's really not about escaping the environment, because being present is about engaging with your environment. So again, use this recording as many times as you need to become familiar with the steps, but then please take this process and make it your own and use it to your greatest benefit in the environments that you choose. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, love to hear if you have any feedback or questions. Always find a support link or a support email address somewhere on this page.